Good morning and welcome back to another edition of Rise and Shine Yoga. I'm Paul Barr, the owner of Oxford Yoga Studio in downtown Oxford, 18 North Washington. I want to welcome you back. As we're taping this show, it looks like it's fall, but it's not. It's really spring, so I want to welcome you back to Rise and Shine Yoga. As we always do, we want to sit at a comfortable position at the front of our mat. Our legs can be crossed or straight. And this time I want you to put your hands, just place them gently on your knees. Just close your eyes and just start to focus on your breath. Focus on the inhale and the exhale of your breath. As we kind of just settle in to our mat this morning, I want you to do a quick body scan from head to toe, noticing if there's any areas of tension or stress or discomfort. If there is, just make a mental note of where it is. Just continue focusing on your breath, getting it nice and calm. And if you have any thoughts that come in and out of your brain, just notice them, be aware of them, but don't try to kick them out or change them. Just notice them. Just breathe. Now very gently, bring some awareness back to the room, to your mat. Bring your palms together at the center of your heart. And as we always do, we want to set an intention or a dedication for our practice or an offering for our practice. And this can be for anyone. It could be for yourself, it could be for a family member, it could be for someone who is in a particular struggle, whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It can be for the world. It can be for whatever you want it to be. And know that this intention or this offering that we make, that this will get all the benefits of the practice of your hard work this morning. So I think that's kind of a cool thing. You get the benefits of your practice, and then by you offering your practice to someone else, they will get the benefits as well. And just to seal in that intention or that dedication, just bow our chin to chest, knowing we can come back to this intention or offering at any time during our practice. If our mind wanders, our breath struggles, our body just doesn't cooperate, just kind of bring that offering back into our mind, knowing that that's the real reason we're doing this practice. Now very slowly come back up, open your eyes. Let's continue with our warm-up. So take your right hand, bring it by your left ear, and then just gently bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Now we're not yanking the right ear, we're just gently bringing it toward the right shoulder. We're just stretching out the left side of the neck. Then gently release your head back to center. Take your left hand by your right ear. And then just gently bring the left ear toward the left shoulder. Again, we're not yanking it, we're not pulling it. We're just Gently guiding it, stretching out the right side of the neck here. And then gently release your head back to center. And now we're just going to bow our chin toward our chest as we stretch out the back of the neck. And gently bring your head back up. Take your arms, bring them behind your back, interlace the fingers. We're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Maybe look up to the sky as we stretch the front part of our chest. And then gently release. Bring your hands in front of you, interlace the fingers, press them forward, and sit back and round your back. Warm up or stretch out the upper back. And then gently release. Come back to a seated position at the front of your mat. Take your right hand, bring it behind your right hip. Your left hand onto your left knee. We're just going to twist over to the right, sitting up nice and tall. And gently come back to center. This time take your left hand behind your left hip, right hand onto your left knee, gently twist over to the left. And gently come back to center. It's the end of our first segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. So take a break, maybe get a drink of water, and we'll see you in the next segment, continuing with our Rise and Shine Yoga practice.
Hi, I'm Elgin Nichols.
And I'm Dave Kenny.
Together we host OCTV program Minutes by Minute, where we search for the funny side of local politics.
Among other things, Oxford, where has all the money gone? Do you think we can find humor in that? If it's there, Elgin and I are sure to flush it out. Sometimes you just have to hunt.
Learn more by watching Minutes by Minute on Charter Cable 191 or AT&T Channel 99. We air Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. and again at 10 o'clock p.m. And by the way, you can also find our show on our computer website, OCCTV.org, and again on YouTube.
Minutes by Minutes, we keep up with the latest local politics. See if you agree with us that there is humor.
OCTV, where your news is closer to home.
Welcome back to our next segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. This time continuing, getting into a kneeling position on our mat. You can have a blanket underneath your knees or not. So we're going to stretch out our feet and toes. So we're going to just sit back on our heels, top of our feet are pressed into the mat, stretching out our ankles, top of our feet. Just something we don't do that often, but we should. The farther back you sit back, the more of a stretch you get, but I'll leave that up to you to decide if that's appropriate. And very slowly come back up to kneeling position. This time bring your feet together. Get back on your tippy toes as we stretch out our toes. And again, we're just going to sit back on our heels, stretching out our toes. And again, this is one of the more difficult poses for people just because we don't do it very often. So the more you do it, the easier it should get. And very slowly come back up to kneeling. This time, kneeling on your left knee, I want you to bring your right foot out into like a lunge with your knee bent. We're going to do what's called dragon. Take your hands, place them on top of your right thigh, and then just gently lean forward to feel a nice stretch in your groin, left groin. A couple options here if you want. You can bring your hands on the inside of your feet, or another option is to come all the way down to your forearms. But I'll leave that up to you. If you want to challenge yourself, go for it. If you're happy just the way you are, then just stay here. Left foot, or your back foot, is pressed into the mat, top of the left foot. And very, very gently and slowly come back out of it. Come back to the kneeling position, kneeling on our right knee. Bring your left foot to the front of the mat with a lunge, left knee bent. Top of your right foot or your back foot press into the mat. And again, we're going to start with our hands on top of our left thigh, pressing forward, feeling a stretch in the right groin area. And again, if you want, you can come down to the hands or you can come down to the forearms. Totally up to you. And then gently come back up, come into a kneeling position. And we're going to come into tabletop or hands and knees pose. Keep the blanket underneath your knees, or you don't have to. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Just going to do a few cat-cows. So the flat back, inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round the back. Coming to a flat back. Bring the big toes of your feet together, sit back on your heels, fold forward into our first child's pose of the morning. Very slowly come back up to tabletop, hands and knees pose. Bring your knees back a couple inches. Lift your hips, uncurl the toes. Press the feet toward the mat, or the heels toward the mat. Let the head drop into what's called down dog. Don't worry if your heels don't touch the mat. Eventually they will. You may want to bicycle your feet. Lift one foot, then the other.
Hands pressed firmly into the mat. Look between the hands, bend the knees, walk, step both feet to the front of the mat. Put a big bend in your knees. Let your head drop, let your arms drop. If you want, you can grab opposing elbows. Just feel a nice stretch behind the back of the legs. Very slowly unwind. Come all the way up to standing. Bring the arms up to the sky. And then bring your palms together at the center of the heart. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Take your right hand, grab your left wrist, lean over to your right, stretching out the left side of the body. And come back to center. Take your left hand, grab your right wrist, gently lean over to the left, stretching out the right side of the body. And come back to center. Bring your palms together at the center of the heart. This completes our second segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. Take a quick break, get a drink of water, and I'll see you in our next final segment in our seated and closing meditation.
Hi, I'm Elgin Nichols.
And I'm Terry Stiles.
Join Terry and me with the Oxford Weekly News broadcast on our Charter 191 and AT&T Channel 99, Monday through Friday, noon, 6:30, and 11 p.m.
Learn about local news in the Addison Township, Leonard, and Oxford viewing areas. News not usually covered by other stations.
If you don't have Charter or AT&T service, you can still catch our programs on your computer just by going to the website occtv.org and click on Programs. There you will find our programs and many others of local interest.
Watch OCTV where your news is closer to home.
Welcome back to our final segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. We're going to transition from our standing poses to our seated poses. So we're just going to do a couple balance poses. So I want you to bring your hands to the waist. We're going to start on our left side. Just really ground that left foot, pressing it firmly into your mat or floor. Standing up tall, we're just going to inhale, bring our right knee up. And if you want, you can bring your right hand to your right knee. And then gently release the right foot back to the mat. Now we'll do the right side. Again, really press that right foot firmly into the mat. Standing up nice and tall, bring your hands to the waist. And on your inhale, we're going to bring the left knee up. And then if you want, you can bring your left knee or left hand to your left knee. And then gently release, left foot back to the mat, shake it out. We'll do one more balance pose called tree pose. So again, starting on your left side, hands to the waist. I want you to bring your heel of your right foot on the inside of your left ankle. Your hips are square to the front of the mat. And you can take your arms, bring them out, extending them from your shoulders. These are kind of like the branches of the tree. These are nice and strong, so if I came by and tried to pull the arms, that would be really hard because you're really engaging the arms. If you want a little more of a challenge, maybe close your eyes. I find that closing my eyes in balance poses is a challenge.
And gently bring your hands to the waist and release your right foot. Shake it out. So now we'll do the other side, standing up tall, grounding the right foot into the mat. Take hands to the waist. Bring the heel of your left foot on the inside of the right ankle. Again, your hips are square to the front of the mat. And if you want, you can bring your arms up to the sky. There's strong branches. And if you want, you can close your eyes. Everything here is engaged. The core is engaged. And gently bring your hands to the waist. Release your left foot to the mat. Shake it out. Now we're going to transition into our seated poses. So we're going to go into a Buddha squat. Stick your stance a little bit wide. And then you're just going to come down into a squat. Your heels may touch the floor, they may not. Key thing here is we don't want our knees to come way over our toes. That puts too much pressure on our knees. We just want to sit up tall. Maybe bring the palms together, center of our heart. If you have migraines or headaches, this is a very good pose. It's a good pose anyways, but if you, in particular, struggle with migraines, this is a good pose. And then very gently take your right hand behind your right hip, left behind the left, come into a seated pose, and make your way to lie on your back. Extend both legs straight onto the mat. Keeping the left leg straight, we're going to bend the right knee, pull it into our chest, or you can pull it into your right armpit. I'll leave it up to you. The toes of our extended leg, our left leg, are pointed directly to the sky. And gently release your right leg straight onto the mat. And the left knee, bring that into the chest or armpit. And again, the toes of the right foot are extended or pointed straight to the sky. Then gently bring both knees into the chest. Hug them in. Maybe rock side to side. Bring your arms out to a T. Let the knees drop gently over to the right. Maybe lift your head, the gaze over the left shoulder for our spinal twist. Bring the knees back to center, gaze back to center. Let the knees drop to the left. And if you want, you can pick up your head, take the gaze over the right shoulder. Bring the knees back to center, gaze back to center. Hug the knees into the chest. And gently make your way up to a seated position at the front of the mat. I want to thank you again for joining me in another episode of Rise and Shine Yoga. May you have good thoughts, good words, and good actions, not just today, but every single day. And we end with Namaste.
At Oakland County Parks and Recreation, we value what you value: family relationships, community connections, good health, environmental stewardship, and economic stability. Oakland County residents and businesses have invested in preserving nearly 7,000 acres of parkland. Since 1966, 13 parks and golf courses have been acquired, maintained, and improved. Oakland County parks and facilities are made possible by millage funds supported by Oakland County residents. For a home valued at $200,000, the homeowner pays less than $25 per year to support the Oakland County parks. With every generation, families create lifelong memories at Oakland County's award-winning parks. From exciting summer escapades and stories around the campfire to brisk fall walks on wooded trails and snowy winter outings, the outdoors beckons year-round. It's time to get up, get out, and get going at the Oakland County parks. Active recreation options abound. Cross-country ski or mountain bike on tree-lined trails. Scale the rock climbing wall. Get your kicks with soccer at several sports fields. Row or paddle a boat on 4 picturesque inland lakes. It's an easy journey. Most parks are just a short drive away. A quick tip: all our parks and golf courses end in Oaks. To find your favorite, just go to DestinationOakland.com. Click to pick Oceans of Motion water parks at Red Oaks and Waterford Oaks, the Wint Nature Center at Independence Oaks, Teen Adventures, and even entertainment to go. When outdoor adventures on your list, there's fishing, beaches, boating, playgrounds, and seasonal hunting. The campgrounds at Addison Oaks and Groveland Oaks feel like being up north with plenty of recreation options. Want to get fit? Hit the trails. Oakland County Parks boasts more than 68 miles for strolling, walking, hiking and running, biking, or horseback riding. If the links are your lure, 5 golf courses, including Premier Course Lion Oaks, are conveniently located. Make Glen Oaks or White Lake Oaks your home course. Get an up-north feel at Springfield Oaks, or play a quick 9 at Red Oaks. Our recreation lineup rocks. Learn to swim. Experience an outdoor adventures camp. Take the fast track at BMX. Or gain new lifelong skills. Everyone's included. Individuals with disabilities participate in dozens of adaptive opportunities, including a new fully accessible playscape, modified golf carts, and annual events.
You're watching OCTV, Oxford Community Television, serving Oxford, Addison Township, and the Village of Leonard.